Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another subscriber request, and it is candied sweet potatoes. And without any other delay, let's get started. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put in it, show you what I'm going to bake it in, and then I'm going to show you the sweet potatoes. I already got the sweet potatoes done. I just got to wait. Before we get started, let me do the sweet potatoes. I wanted you to see how much water I cooked them in. That's the reason I kept them in the water and drained and like to forget it. Okay, I got 4 large sweet potatoes, peeled. And I cut them in half. Cut them in circles, and then I cut the circles in half. And come out of there. And I boiled them for maybe about 15 minutes. They more or less half done. They ain't completely done, but they are, half done. I boiled them for 15 minutes. Let those start draining up. And that's your sweet potato. That's for the amount that I'm fixing, because you know what amount you're fixing and everything, because I'm going to tell you the recipe for this in 4 large sweet potatoes. But if you were fixing 8 or 5 or 6, you just increase your sugar and your other ingredients to it. Okay, what you're going to need is 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna cut my stove on, and so I can start melting this butter and everything. And it won't take so long for me to show you this recipe, because I do this pretty quick when I'm doing it at the house. But I just want to make sure you see and understand everything I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna put this stick of butter over into my saucepan, and I'm gonna turn the oven on. I'm gonna turn the burner on medium for that to melt up. Okay. That's your butter, like I told you, and this is your brown sugar. I got 1. And it's not quite a half, but just say 1.5 cups of this brown sugar. I use the light brown sugar. I don't use the dark brown. So I'm holding it where they can see it too. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to dump that on over there in this butter that's melting up. Okay. This right here is 1/2 cup of just white granulated sugar with a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now you put much of this seasoning in there if you want to, and oh yeah, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in there. You put just as much as you want to, but you remember what I told you. This nutmeg is a powerful little deal. It'll take over if you put too much. Since I had this amount of potatoes, I'm putting 1/2 teaspoon. If I had less, I would probably put 1/4 or either 1/3 of a teaspoon. Okay. I'm going to put this on over in my pot. This milk. I got my butter melting. I didn't know you had stepped over there. I like to walk right back into you. You ain't got to really show that. I'm going to show that later. Can I get over there? Well, let me let my husband move back over here in the spot. You don't have to move. I'll do the moving for you, because they said it makes them dizzy. Makes them dizzy when you do that moving. So you can't move these cameras. Let me get my spatula out. Okay, I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in there, but I'm going to let it start getting melted up before I do that melting. And okay, This is my baking dish. I got this greased up. This is what I'm going to cook the potatoes in. I'm going to go ahead on and just pour the potatoes. Let me see. Maybe I done drain enough, but if not, that little water's not going to hurt them. That little liquid in there. Just make them even better. So you can put your candy yams if you want to. You can put miniature marshmallows on them. Can you see this? Just kind of spreading this out some. And if you break up some, that's fine for candy yams. That'll be perfectly fine. By the time we get through with this sauce over in it. And put it in the oven for maybe, I got the oven turned on 400 degrees. And I'm going to cook them for maybe about 15 minutes. And a long time ago, and you can still do it now. Sometimes I do it now. I don't put the candy yams in the oven. I just cook them, just have, you know, parboil them for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I pour that water off. And then I will put the sugar over in and let it just kind of dissolve. And put the rest of my spices in it. And let it cook on the stove like that until it's done. You don't have to necessarily cook them in the oven. Okay, you can come back over here, Tuck, if you want to. Just melting this down. This is a easier way to do it. I just always think this is the best way for a beginner to do it in the way the way I was telling you, how you just pour the water, boil them up, parboil them half done, pour the water off and put your sugar and stuff on it. And you can pour them in a baking dish and then just sprinkle your sugar on it. You don't have to dissolve it. Put them in the oven and it'll, you know, that sugar will cook down that way. Okay, you guys, my camera cut out for a minute or two. You know, these cameras just, you can't, they only go for so long, and then the timer lapse on that ring. So I already done put the teaspoon of vanilla in there. That's what it popped off at. But I already done put that teaspoon of vanilla in there. And you don't have to do that, or either, like with my grandbabies, they like candy yams, but they don't like the seeded cinnamon and the nutmeg. So I just put a little vanilla and not the cinnamon and nutmeg. So I got this here melted down. So what I'm gonna do, don't hold that thing too close over to this heat. I'm gonna cut this off. Then I'm just gonna take and before you can see that, spoon this here over my potatoes. And let me tell you something about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes used to be sweeter than what they are now. So if you think that you're putting, especially when you're making candied sweet potatoes, that sugar, that cup and a half of brown sugar, cup and a half of the light brown sugar, and then that cup of white sugar, if you think that's too much and you don't like that much sugar, you cut down on it. But I had tasted these potatoes and it had a hint of sweetness. So if I didn't put that in there, they probably put that much in there, it wouldn't be candied potatoes. And these potatoes, I know you probably asked what I mean. These potatoes didn't have that much water in them. Now that's what my mom used to say, and I'm copying off of her when she said the potatoes have, some potatoes have too much water in them, and she said they be sort of sappy like. But when you see them kind of solid, Those usually some good sweet potatoes. Ooh, burnt myself. I'm just gonna shake this around and put this in the oven and let it marinate all up together for 15 minutes, and you'll have you a good dish of candied sweet potatoes. I'll bring you back and let you see the finished product. I don't know if I'm gonna serve y'all some of these candied sweet potatoes, cause let me tell you, when these suckers hot with that brown sugar on it, they hot. I don't want to get burned. So I'll be back when the sweet potatoes are done. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and the candied sweet potatoes are ready, and this is the finished product. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Always remember to comment and hit that subscribe, hit that notification button if you hadn't already, and leave a comment. And if you have any question, leave a comment or send an email. And I'll see you guys at my next video. Wait a minute. Let me get the show my southern hospitality and dish you up a bowl. A little saucer full of these delicious candied yams. Can you come over so they can see? I got to be careful, and I'm gonna do this kind of quick, cause that when I did dish y'all up a dish before, and it was hot, and that plate was burning my hand. And this is super hot, and I definitely don't want to get burned by some potatoes. I like to spill some out. Okay, can you see there? Okay, this is your candied yams. Get you a biscuit, sop it up, and either eat it with the rest of your meal. See you guys in my next video. Bye.